I know her name. Don't know where she is, but I know what I've done.
Man, I'll tell you.
All right, stream's up.
That's what he said. My doctor.
Oh, there we go.
I got to go back to Elaine. Damn it.
And Mark, we
Yeah.
don't see you yet, Mark, on
I don't
online.
have mine up. I'm
Oh,
in
okay.
the
I was just
middle
going
of
to say we mostly
stuff.
just see a lot of Tom's forehead.
What?
Huh? Here we go.
What?
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Okay, so, Elaine, I'm sorry to make you wait, but we had those experts. Okay, so here's what I've been able to find out. On this walkthrough, and here's what I checked out. The standards of habitability, and I checked out the owner's responsibility. I've been doing it in between calls. The owner's responsibility, landlord, to tenants on repairs. Now, here's the good and the bad, Elaine. They are not required to give you double pane glass at all to begin with. Therefore, the repairs to double pane glass can be whatever they want them to be. So it's weird. That is not an issue of habitability. If you did not have a window pane, that would be an issue of habitability that you could say, hey, I want to end this lease because you're breaching my contract. So the problem you're going to have is while he said, I'll take care of it, you don't have technically the right to say, this is not a normal double pane window. The other ones are, I want these to match those.
Right. But that's not the only incident.
Okay, go ahead.
He just replaced the water heater himself on Friday. I asked him, don't you want to get a professional to do that? Because I know there's law in Colorado about putting a water heater in.
What do you
But
mean?
he put it
What do you mean the law in Colorado?
Well, the law says that if you replace one, it has to be a person that's like a plumber or by trade and certified.
Okay,
And
if you pay someone, I think you can get a homeowner's permit, but I don't even want to go there. So what is the issue? He replaced the water heater. Is it not working?
Well, yesterday I was cooking some eggs for my son's Super Bowl party, and flames shot out from
What?
underneath the top. Yeah. Yeah.
From underneath the top of
And
what?
On top of the range.
Well, what does that
My
have to
son
do with the...
came over.
Wait. Hold on. I'm curious about something. You talked about the water heater and then said flame shot out of the range.
Well, when he put the water heater in, he had to light the pilot.
Oh.
And then he had to go around the house and light pilots of everything that needed to be lit again because he turned gas off to put that.
No,
heater
I get it. I get what you're saying now. Go ahead. So now when you used the gas stove,
Yeah.
Okay, did it just do it the first time you used it or now every time you turn it on?
Yeah, every time. I've only turned it on 3 times because the third time it almost caught me on fire. And I have been burnt before. And my son came over. He lives across the street.
So,
He
Elaine,
looked
I
at
think
the-
air got into it. The
No.
gas lines. This guy should not be messing with this. But so right now, do you have gas heat in your home?
Propane.
Huh? Propane? Is it working?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the propane for your water heater?
Yes.
Is that working? Is your water heater working?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
what's not working right now?
Well, the stove doesn't work. The and the refrigerator. I've been trying to get these things fixed since I moved in. Also,
Okay. So it
He
sounds
promised me that
basically
he-
like you just have a bad landlord.
well, yeah. I think I have a slumlord. Yes.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a single family home. What size is it?
3-bedroom,
And what are you paying for it?
$1,350
That's way 1,300.
and $50.
Yeah, that's way cheap for a
And
three
there's also
bedroom.
is
Where is that house located,
That's right.
roughly?
way out in Ellicott Farms,
Okay, now I understand. Do you? I mean, we can call this guy, but I'm telling you, the standards are very low. Hold on a second, and let's see what you want us to do. Tell Kachina.
Do you want?
Kachina, ask her what she wants us to do. We'll call the landlord
Okay.
if she wants.
Okay.
Maybe she needs a roommate.
And then
I
let's
like
give
her
it to
accent.
somebody like Deputy Dollar or whoever's listening. Or Chopper.
I could head on out there and take a look at it. I like her accent. I like someone for whom the word stove is 3 syllables. Oh man, Ellicott is east of Colorado Springs. That looks nice. I'd do that.
Hello, Pamela? Good morning, this is Doc with the Martino Show.
Okay, Elaine, what is the best number to reach you?
Okay, I missed a little bit of the call. What is it that Tom wanted me to help you with?
Elaine, what is your number?
Right, right.
Elaine. Okay, I understand. Elaine, what is the best number to reach you at? Elaine,
Okay,
Elaine.
what's the name of the place you're living in? Okay, wait. Okay, but they're gonna move you into one, right?
Elaine, what is the best number to reach you at? Hello? Elaine?
Okay,
Can you hear
so,
me?
alright, so,
Elaine,
okay, so they are moving you, right?
Elaine, can you hear me? I did not. Elaine, can you hear me?
Okay, who did you speak to over there?
Okay. Okay, Elaine, what is the best number to reach you at? Hold on. 719. What's your phone number?
Okay, it's Esmeralda, and who's the other one? Oh, okay, and what's the,
All right, and what is the name of your landlord?
what's their number?
Dwight? Okay, you're breaking up quite a bit. I don't
Okay,
know.
and what apartment are you in? All right, hold on, I'm gonna try calling them.
I have your numbers. I'm gonna go ahead and give these to
Yeah,
one
okay,
of our
hold on.
deputies to go ahead and call you, okay, to help you. Hopefully you can hear me.
You okay now? That was fun.
Hey, Mark.
So Elaine,
Mark!
Yeah.
So listen, I'll send you whatever you want as far as contracts. I have
I already figured it out. I already got it.
But all I'm saying is, why don't you why don't try the DocuSign thing to see if you like it?
Yeah, I just
If you
it's just
do
not-
and like
I'm
it,
just-
then we'll just have 2 licenses. It'll be done. But if not, that's fine too. I don't care. It's
I
just
got
so
a guy
easy.
on Fiverr.
What's that?
I got a guy on Fiverr that's putting it together for me.
But Mark, I already did it.
I don't want to go down that road. That's just not simply how I wanted it like that. I don't want to terrify people with the initial contact as a Adobe DocuSign contract
It's not Adobe, but okay, but it's DocuSign. It's
or whatever it is. Yeah.
And landlords iron out issues. We got a call from Pamela, who's in unit 131, about moving her into another apartment. And there seems to be some miscommunication. I would really appreciate if you could call me at 303-877-5213. That's 303-877-5213 to see if we can help out Pamela. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
when they get the initial one, it doesn't say it's an agree. What it says is it's simply gathering their information. But
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just all, it's all link based. There's no, I needed to grab it from a website, then import it into an agreement. It does not do that.
I'll get back to you.
well, no, it doesn't because. All right, that's right. It doesn't.
I just want a simple, basic information form that collects some data, and then a telephone call or whatever, but yet that date is embedded into the agreement, so
I get
it
it.
doesn't have to be done again.
Sorry, Kelly, I don't want to lose that. Watched the game yesterday, Shannon?
Not with a gun up my butt.
Oh, you didn't?
No. I'm hetero.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. We're here to help you. If you need help, give us a call at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by RenewHomeInnovations.com. If you want beautiful showers, I mean the most beautiful showers with no maintenance and getting rid of that old tub shower combination, Renew Home Innovations can do it in 2 days, 3 days tops, and 72 months to pay with no interest. Think about that, 72 months. And that's a beautiful no-maintenance shower. Stone walls look like stone. They're stone resin, glass panels, no shower doors needed, no curtains needed. It turns the corner perimeter drains, no thresholds to walk or stumble over. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000, 303-904-2000. Michael, he wants to talk about a DBA, which is a certificate called Doing Business As. Michael, go ahead. What's going on with you? And we have open lines at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Another thing, too, 303 Martino, you can call at any time and not only get through to us here, but leave a message and we'll get back to you if you don't want to stay on hold, no matter when you call 24/7, 303-627-8466. Pass that around. Michael, what's going on with you? Hi, Michael.
Hey, everybody. I'm a blind guy.
Yeah, I remember you, Michael.
Of course. Yeah, we're friends. You've invited me to come on your show, too. Anyways, today's dilemma is I'm trying to use accessibility on the state's website to find out how much it costs to do a DBA. I need to register a name as soon as I can, and I'm having trouble accessing it with my phone and accessibility on my iPhone. I'm running into a place where it says underscore 52, for example. When I tap on it, it doesn't give me a screen, text box, or anything to answer their questions. Can you help?
Well, I would just have I can help you offline. I mean, that's the best way
Hey,
to
Michael,
answer this.
what are you trying to? So you're trying to take your LLC or individual name and file a DBA with the Secretary of State. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And the other websites don't give you a problem, but this one doesn't allow you to fill it in, or it doesn't read it correctly?
It doesn't read it correctly. Good question, Tom. So I've never encountered the underscore request before, so I don't know how to make it have action, if that makes sense.
No, I mean, it doesn't, but I imagine you know. So, in other words, is it not reading the underscore?
Right.
Well, how do you know it's there then?
Because it says underscore 52.
And then what does it want?
I'm answering the questions for the DBA. You know, what's the name of your business, that type of thing.
Okay, and this is Colorado Secretary of State?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we can help you. I mean, but I don't know that doesn't help. Let's put it this way. That doesn't help other people.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't have any drama today, but
no, that's okay.
So
like I'm here where you file I just don't know which link exactly. Could you send us, just for the heck of it, the link so we can look at it?
Well, I could, but not while I'm talking to you. That would be
obviously,
difficult because it has to talk to me at the same time, and I have to be able to listen to it to manipulate it, which is really cool. Actually,
okay, do us a favor, and Kachina, you can also give him my text, so he can text me directly if he wants to, or he can text you to me. But hold on, Michael, and we'll see what we can do for you. Okay. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You know, I imagine. I mean, it's a nightmare for me to navigate some of these sites to begin with, let alone without, you know, your eyesight. God, that must be difficult. So you go to the site, whenever, you know, if you've ever used these accessibilities, they read to you, and then, oh man, I just don't know how you manipulate. I guess you can navigate to the fields with tabs and returns and that kind of thing, but anyway, I want to go to Daniel, who has a follow-up, and he was working with Deputy Chopper, so we can bring them both up. And this was a Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and I believe, let me bring up the call here to begin with, and see where we're going with this. Can you summarize this problem, Chopper, on what happened?
Yes, Tom.
Is this okay? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He went to this body shop in Pueblo, Custom Paint and Body.
This was a car he inherited, an '87 Caddy Coupe de Ville.
I don't remember that part, but he's been waiting 14 months to get it put in the shop, and they had a policy of a $500 non-refundable deposit.
Well, I remember he brought it there. He brought it there a year ago. They haven't worked on it, and he said, "Well, just give me my deposit back." And these clowns said, no, it's non-refundable. Well, how stupid is that? Yeah, it's non-refundable if he changed his mind, but if you sit on his car for a damn year, what do you expect? I mean, what if it was there for 5 years? Do they get to keep his $500? So what happened?
Daniel, you want to tell?
Yes, sir. After I had a little bit of back and forth and they were only willing to give me that $250, Deputy Chopper called them on my behalf to be a moderator. I'm not sure 100% certain what he said, but he was very diplomatic in his conversation with them. And ultimately, they agreed to give me the $500 deposit back. But there was some heartache and grief from one of the owners as they were talking to me before they agreed to give me that check.
So let me ask you, are you going to get it? Did you get it? Where does it stand?
I picked up the $500 check on Friday, deposited it, and I'm good to go as far as that's concerned.
Now, you know what? That's very, very cool. Very, very cool. Now, here's what I want to know. I want to know
before they agreed.
Oh, sorry, Chopper. I want to know something real quick here. On this deal, what did they feel? And it's good they gave it back. Kudos to them. But why did they feel they could keep a non-refundable deposit after a year?
You know, they didn't say. They kept on telling me it'd be another 2 to 3 months, and I just talked about the power of our show and how many people would be listening, and they turned around and decided to give him his $500.
No, I appreciate that again, and it definitely gets the dinger. Okay, but what I'd like to know is, didn't they feel it was unreasonable, or didn't you even go there?
No, they said it was their policy.
Okay.
Get behind that.
It's our policy that you get a non-refundable deposit so we can keep your car for 10 years and we get to keep your money. I mean, it just sounds so ridiculous. You know who it sounds like to me, Mark? 44th Auto in Bennett. I don't even know if that guy's still around. Steve Weiss or whatever the hell the guy's name was.
I think he's retired.
But at least they gave it back. That's wonderful. We appreciate it. Thank you, Daniel, for calling. Chopper, thank you very much. Are you working on anything else?
No, I'm free as of now.
All right. Thank you. Now we're going to assign some more stuff to Chopper. He's not working on anything right now. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got time to discuss whatever you want. Waterpros.net, the best water systems, the lowest prices. Get a whole house system for PFAs, Forever Chemicals, for $1,200. You can't beat that. Drinking water around $1,000. Or $1,400 with a triple filter reverse osmosis at the kitchen sink. Whatever you want. 303-862-5554.
Tune into Peace to You from Peace Lutheran.
Quick to these two.
You brings you encouragement and a fresh, uplifting start to your week. Peace to You comes every Sunday right here on 630 KHAL at 7:30 a.m.
I'm going to tell you something you should never do on your own. First of all, estate planning. So many people make big mistakes. They quit claim homes to their kids, or they write up certain agreements and they ruin their tax benefits. They endanger their equity in their home to lawsuits and liens. There are proper ways to leave your home, even your business. There are proper ways to do all of this. Keel and Park, they specialize in that. Keel and Park. The common spelling with E on the end of each of those, Keel and Park. Now, they'll meet with you, and that'll be free of charge to review everything. And then they'll suggest what you need for a complete estate plan. You can choose to do any part of it. They give you a flat rate. LawKP.com, the professionals in estate planning. I highly recommend. 970-818-8198, 970-818-8198. Now, here's something else you should never do on your own, in my opinion. Although it's not dangerous, I just think it's foolish, and that's window coverings. They're so difficult. You know, measuring alone is difficult because not all openings, even though they look the same, are the same. They could be off just a little. by a 16th or so. Well, they accurately measure everything. They have a design consultant help you pick the right stuff for the right place. Trust me, people like Deputy Doc really need that help. He has no taste. Well, anyway, I digress. Anyway, so when they get you the right stuff, then they order it and have in-house installers. You're going to love the experience. I know Doc did. Made in the Shade, denvershades.co, and they try to meet any budget, 720-458-6566.
Okay. 3.5.
Thank you. Manage this domain. Okay. God damn it.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Go grab a.
Hello, this is Susie Espen and Jeff Barnes, and we are the hosts of the History of Career Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Fine, it's Richard Lewis, Odin Kurdigan, so many more, and we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Career Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This reporting is sponsored by Discover.
Plenty of sunshine for your Monday. Temperatures today we were choosing in the upper 40s. That windy baseline. So a fairly typical day for February. Maybe this is career to club hours. I'm Fox 31. Just want to keep your all this heavy burn.
Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, schedule with no applied liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/.
Here you go.
KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. If you have anything to talk about, need problem solved, give us a call. We've had full lines up till now, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255 over here. You can also call 303-MARTINO 24/7, 303-627-8466. So, I am so happy Normally, I don't care if I don't have a team that I care about the Super Bowl, but what a great game. I mean, it was freaking entertaining. What a great game. Don't you think, Mark? I mean, I think you don't do better when it comes to Super Bowls than yesterday. Evenly matched teams back and forth. Gosh.
Yeah, the first half I thought sucked, but then the rest of it was good.
Well, I mean, I was just riveted by the whole thing. I just found what I find fascinating. Holy crap. These young quarterbacks in their 20s, they don't flinch. They're not. I mean, this pressure didn't get to them. I mean, they're rock solid. I mean, God, I think I was learning to tie my shoes at that age. And when you think of the high level of performance, what are they, like 24 and 28? God. Anyway, as far as commercials go, everyone's talking about commercials. I'm tired of hearing about that Shop Like a Billionaire, but they did a good job imprinting, don't you think, the brand name, or did you not recall that commercial, Mark?
I don't know what the commercial was.
It was Temu. Shop Like a Billionaire. It was.
Oh yeah. I saw a bunch of Temu commercials, not
Now,
just one.
I don't really know what is Temu like an Amazon, basically.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper though.
Okay, so anyway, I think they did a good job of branding, not so creative as far as commercials go. I didn't find, I mean, actually, don't you feel this year's commercials were not as creative as past years? I found they weren't as creative. I liked, Budweiser did a great job with the horses delivering. I liked that. I liked Ben Affleck and J-Lo. I liked that. Didn't you like that one? Or did you not watch that?
Yeah, I'm not big on. Honestly, I don't care about the commercials. I watch very few of them.
Oh, really?
My favorite
Okay.
one, though, was Kennedy running for the third party. I thought that was pretty ballsy.
You know what? I did not know he was doing that. I didn't know, actually, until I saw that ad. I didn't realize he was still in the game. I had no idea.
Hey, guys, who do you think is going to take votes away from Trump or Biden?
I don't know. I think mostly Biden, because isn't he a Democrat? I mean, well, he's not running as one, but he is a Democrat, lifelong Democrat.
Well, that's what I thought also. Plus, I think the Kennedy name is sort of associated with Democrats.
Of course it is, yeah. So I think that also he appears to be a maverick, and a lot of people who like Trump like that kind of thing. They want to see someone different. So anyway, as far as Valentine's Day, of course, people, they might be thinking about gifts and all of that. Just don't take Mark's advice when it comes to gifts. That's for damn sure. But anyway, why do you think Americans break up? I think we all know the number one reason, or we think we know, right? 15% say that they broke up because they weren't the right sign. They weren't the right sign as far as their zodiac sign. I was going to say Kodiak. Zodiac sign. 15%. So 15% break up because they feel that their signs are not aligned. Do you find that? Now 16% say that, women say, listen to this, that if a man has an icky watch. What is an icky watch? It's a watch that's tacky. 16% of women judge men by their watches. Now, what do you think, though, is the number one? Come on. It's not money. What do you think the number one is? The
Sexual
number one
incompatibility.
thing women The number one thing women notice, and it's a deal breaker. The number one thing, according to this poll, of course. What do you think? Give me a guess. And then tell me, how do you think they break it off? Do you know what 88% do to break it off if they don't like them?
They probably ghost them on social
Doc,
media.
you're absolutely right. That comes from experience, I imagine, from people ghosting you. But 88% ghost you. That's right. What do you think is the number one turnoff? Come on, Kachina, what is it for a woman?
Being bald.
No, it's not. It's not actually. In fact, a large percentage of women say that hair has no factor. They say grooming does. But what do you think, Kachina? Is she listening? Come on. Would you nudge her? And Suze isn't around, is she? Okay.
Is it politics, Tom?
No, number one, smell, odor. The number one, women will not go out with someone if the odor is not.
That's just a stupid answer. That's
no. We're not,
ridiculous.
Mark. We're not talking about body odor. It's not a stupid answer. It's talking about odor and smell in general, including pheromones. So if a person emits a weird odor, we're not talking about just BO. We're
but
talking
doesn't
about
that go
anything,
without saying?
Even the wrong. What do you call it? Cologne for a man? I guess they call it cologne. Here are some other turnoffs. Dirty fingernails. Well, geez, that's easy to figure out. Okay, if someone is rude to a waiter, and then another one, ugly tattoos. They don't just say tattoos, they say ugly tattoos. And then, this one. In fact, there were videos made on this. We're doing this because Valentine's Day is this week, in case you haven't noticed. I know Mark's probably shopping for a frying pan or a hairbrush or maybe a vacuum. But here's the deal. The problem with guys, or women especially, if they are too what? Come on, like static laundry, too clingy. Have you ever seen those YouTube? I mean, they were really funny, called Overly Attached Girlfriend. I don't know if they're still on there. They might be. But very funny videos called An Overly Attached Girlfriend. Anyway, if you're too clingy, it's a turnoff. Okay? Mark, what do you think? What do you think turns off men other than clingy? What do you think?
500 plus pounds.
You know what? Weight is a big factor. It's a big factor. But listen, it's a big factor both ways. Although more men prefer slim than heavy or obese. However, there are men who prefer plump women. As far as women go, odor's one, tacky tattoos, rude behavior, bad breath, dirty fingernails. I think you could just summarize with women. Grooming is very important to a woman. What about intelligence? Where do you think intelligence falls for a woman? Who do you think puts more emphasis? Now, of course, I'm only going by a few polls here and there. I really don't know the answer. But according to these surveys, what do you think? Who puts more stock or more weight on intelligence, men or women?
Women.
Exactly. Men, I'll tell you what, they pretty much don't care when it comes to intelligence. However, the older you get, the more intelligent plays a role for men. Men as they get older, want a more intelligent person, although when it comes to mismatched ages, who holds, goes without saying, older men date more younger women than older women date younger men. Older women say that younger men are not attractive to them, or they're not attracted to them as much, but they also say that society in general reveres more of an old man or an older man than an older woman. An older woman is considered more dried up. An older man is considered sophisticated. What do you think? Do you think that's accurate? And one survey said they actually feel that men get more attractive as they age if they are intelligent, whereas if they're not, they let themselves go. Now,
Well, Tom, it's been proven in multiple studies that men are attracted to youth and beauty, and women are attracted to money and power.
I don't know, really?
Absolutely. Kissinger said that. He said, look, I'm one of the ugliest guys in America, but I have more women than I can handle because I'm Secretary of State.
He actually said that?
He said that.
Okay, 303-713-TALK. I don't know if I'm going to get women to confess this, but I'd like to know from them, honestly. We can have fun too, but what do you find attractive? Truly,
Hold on. My husband is 4 years younger than me, so I'm just laughing at all of you guys right
Well,
now.
4 years is pretty close together. Hey, Lori, what do you think on the Super Bowl commercials? Go ahead, Lori.
Hello, can you hear me, Tom?
Yes, I can, Lori.
Oh, good. Okay. So that Temu commercial, a few months ago, I'd read an article, and I thought it was the Wall Street Journal, but I can't remember. And it basically said that was a Chinese company, and that the goal was to dump cheap products on the U.S. And the return policies are terrible, of course. And so it's kind of a way to get rid of their cheap junk.
Really?
That's all correct.
And not have to deal with it.
Now, I'm looking on Temu, and I don't see any, you're right, I don't see any brand names of anything. Now, Mark and I got stung once going on a Chinese website buying stuff that turned out to be defective as hell. They never really, and the video looked good, but I'll tell you, when we bought them, they were not good at all. Let's see, they're men's T-shirts, $3.47. Think about that. But you're right. There's not one brand name on here. Have you ever shopped on it?
No, I read that article, and when it comes across Facebook or any of my other social media things, I block it, change it, whatever.
How is it any different
it's gonna
from
be garbage?
What's that other one? Alibaba. Mark, you used to like Alibaba. Do you still use it?
I haven't used it for a while, but yeah, I like it.
Now, there are some things here that intrigue me on Temu.
Hey, look, man, if you want to buy a ton of cheap T-shirts, where else are you going to buy them? I mean,
Costco.
what else can I tell you?
Costco.
No way. You think Costco's got a $3 shirt?
No. But there are some things here. I like, for example, on Temu, the waterproof, mildew-proof toilet seal. I don't know. There's some good stuff here. Anyway, I don't mean good. I mean interesting. Thank you for your comments on that, Lori. 303-713. Oh, by the way, Lori, hold on. I want to keep. What commercial did you like the best? Is she gone?
She's gone.
Ah, damn. Okay. I wanted to know what you like best. And then since Valentine's Day is a day after tomorrow, I want to know what do you find attractive in someone else? Whether man, woman, same, doesn't matter. What do you find attractive? I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Another easy drive throughout the Denver Metro for the late morning commute. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. The same goes for up north to Fort Collins and down south to Colorado Springs. Back to town, I-70 east and westbound flowing free from the foothills to DIA and back again, as well as out west into the high country. South of DIA, I-225 north and southbound, no complaints through Aurora and the Denver Tech Center. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies. Another cool one out there, high 48 degrees. Overnight low of 24. Tomorrow, a little warmer, high of 51, sunny skies. The current temperature in Denver is 40 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
So if you want solar systems or a solar system, commercial or residential, Red Rocks Solar. Now, let me tell you, Red Rocks Roof and Solar, what I like about them is they're kind of experts on getting it financed, whether it be through your tax credits, of course. They even have, of course, grants available, and they know about them, and they also know about making money with a system. They actually have some clients making hundreds of thousands of dollars because of selling back to the grid. They have all kinds of programs, whether a straight residential system or a commercial system or a sellback system. 303-704-2449, redrocksrs.com. Frank Duran, the real estate man. Are you looking for someone to list your home? Perhaps you're looking to buy a home. If you are, Frank Duran is the guy, because not only will he list your home, he outbound markets it. No one does that. What they do is put up a sign and wait for others. Frank Duran actively sells most of his own listings, and he also can help you if you're on the buying side. Whatever you're looking for, Frank Duran, the real estate man, has proven himself over 30 years with a track record that is provable. 303-920-1622. Do you know?
Thank you. What do you got here? 4-ish.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
Don't you think that the more education that one has, the more intelligence plays a factor in the selection of a partner?
I don't know, actually. Oh, could be. I don't know, actually. I mean, there are a lot of old, horny, smart men.
Well, the other thing is, it's really interesting. A lot of women that I've dated told me that they have a hard time dating people because they make too much money or they have a high position. So, if you're a doctor,
So
a
you wanna hear
dentist, or a
something
lawyer,
cheesy?
there's no hierarchy. You can't equate it to a vice president or a project leader. So high salaried women tend to date men who are in the professions as opposed to people in business.
Interesting. Interesting. My top performing post is always the same. Jesus Christ. It's just amazing.
Well, I'll tell you, it takes a little extra effort, but alienating girlfriends or whatever I may be experiencing just before what the hell is coming up? Just before Valentine's saves a lot of money. And not making them mad to the point where I have to do something nice on Valentine's. Making them mad to the point where they don't want to talk to me for weeks. And it's just awesome.
Yeah, I honestly Adam's kind of got it made. I don't like chocolate. I don't really like flowers.
But you
do like
Here's some
pebbles.
flowers, kind of. This is
Oh.
icy hot
This
roller,
is the.
heating pad, and then forest armor.
Oh, you're so good to me.
They're in a tin.
I don't get it.
2 of those for Adam.
Oh well, okay.
How much time?
It needs salt in my.
Did you say how much time?
Yeah.
Oh,
Till
this
you
one?
get to talk again? A minute and a half. What are you going to do with that time, John?
How
Nothing.
many?
I was going to unlock the
Oh,
door
okay.
for my guest.
Okay, I'll take him home tonight.
Here,
Yeah.
I can turn us off so you can focus on yourself here.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This probably is one of the most successful schemes ever known to man. And you know, I've seen this before, and in various forms. But there was a guy who sent out 15,000 emails every single month declaring that people have won a prize. In fact, he said you'd be getting in the mail money. So he would send them an actual check or a money order if they did one thing. They had to respond, and they said if it's for processing. So it cost them $30. Okay, do you know how much this guy collected? He collected from 2011 to 2022 until he was arrested, and I am shocked he was even arrested. I am shocked that the feds caught up with this guy. This guy's from New Jersey. His name is Ryan Young. He collected $50 million. $50 million. Now he's 5 years in prison. But you know what's weird? Is that these people that scam this money, they never are able to trace the money. So think about this. And Mark has brought this up one other time with Don Eiley. Would you go to prison if when you got out you had a stash of cash? Would you give up 5 years of your life? If that, he might get out sooner. He was sentenced to 5 years. But think about this, 50 million, 10 million a year, because they didn't order restitution. So what do you do in that case? You go to jail and then come out. Do you live comfortably the rest of your life, or do they keep an eye on you? I don't know. I have no idea what they do. But anyway, this is a fraud where to get the phony prize, you would have to pay. And even though, you know, a small percentage, 2% responded back. They each gave him enough money that he was able to make hundreds of thousands a month, $50 million over time. $50 million. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So would you, if someone said, here's $10 million waiting for you, would you do 5 years in jail? I never. Well, obviously at my age I wouldn't, but would I when I was younger? No, never. Never, ever, ever.
Hey, Tom?
Yes, sir.
Just to prove my point, I just got a thing on YouTube. Playboy model 24 marries 81-year-old billionaire.
Well, yeah, and come on, tell me that's for attraction.
No, that's what I said. It proves my point that men are attracted to youth and beauty, women are attracted to power.
You don't
and
think
money.
a man would marry someone for their money?
I don't think so.
No,
you don't read
come
about
on.
it at all.
Really?
I've tried. It doesn't work.
Would you? Yeah, if they'd have you. But do you think a young man would marry someone who is worth billions of dollars for the money? Of course they would. Although I see what you're saying because you're thinking they think more with their eyes and elsewhere than they do with their pocketbook. Whereas
Absolutely.
Jeffrey has issues with a hospital. Jeffrey, hang on, okay? We'll take your call right after this. Do I have anything in this break? Just tell me.
Fuller, Fix It, and whatever you guys call that automotive thing, wreck. What do you call it?
RKC.
Easy drive.
Yeah.
Metro
Now
for
listen.
the late morning commute. I-25 north and southbound
Fuller
showing highway
60.
speeds.
Yep.
The same goes for up north to Fort Collins and down south to Colorado Springs. Back to town, I-70 east and westbound flowing free from the foothills to DIA and back again, as well as
Fuller, Fix It, and RKC.
T25 north and southbound, no complaints through Aurora and the Denver Tech Center. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies. Another cool one out there, high 48 degrees. Overnight low of 24. Tomorrow, a little warmer, high of 51, sunny skies. The current temperature in Denver is 40 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about posting jobs, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. That's expresspros.com.
Fix It 24/7 has a green bubble on their truck as their logo. And if you're part of the Green Bubble Club, you won't believe the deal. You never hear me talk about these memberships, but when it comes to Fix It 24/7 for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, listen to the deal. $29 a month. That money will never go away. It'll be banked for you. And that $29 a month will go toward any replacement you may ever need. But in addition to that, you get 4 visits a year, one for the furnace, tech, and extreme clean. That's unbelievable. The AC, the plumbing water heater flush, and an electrical tune-up and smoke detector battery changes. All of that is way worth more than the $29 a month. But that $29 a month is also banked for you. You also get priority pricing, priority appointments. It's one time, I believe, 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939. Hey, speaking of believing, if you're looking for a dependable auto repair place, RKC Automotive, on West Evans, that's west of Tejon on Evans. I want you to check them out because you will love their dependability. They are 25 years strong. They have experience, knowledge, know-how, and honesty, big and small repairs on, they do domestic and they do, of course, foreign cars, and they do old cars and new cars. 720-749-3965. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney that I hope you never need, but if you ever are injured in an accident, if you ever get into an accident, call. It will cost you nothing to get free advice, and John Fuller will talk to you. In fact, he has pledged to take only the number of cases that he can personally work, so you will be assured to have John Fuller heading your case. 303-597-4500. When you call him, you'll talk free of charge on everything, free advice. Now, if you hire him, it's on a percentage fee basis for when he collects for you. John Fuller, 303-597-4500, myaccidentlawyer.co.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. Yeah, I went ahead and texted him. 303-241-2265.
Yep. No, that's not a problem. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Okay, take care. Bye.
How much time do I have?
Not a lot.
Minute and a half again.
Oh, shit. Okay.
What are you doing?
I forgot to run up and unlock the door.
I can't forget. Not in love anymore.
Think. Ah, shoot.
Here ya go.
Cordell.com. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-255. Jeffrey, what's going on with you? Hello, Jeffrey.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Tom. How you doing? My
Good,
name
man.
is
What's
Jeff
happening?
Whitmore. I live in... well, my wife went in for an MRI on July 20th last summer. The hospital injected an unknown contrast into her.
What? Wait. What do you mean unknown?
Unknown, meaning, according to the paperwork, they gave us a document consent form that we had requested, and they wrote Gadavis and multi-hance, yet they crossed Gadavis out like a 3-year-old and put multi-hance in. They also didn't give us a lot number or expiration date of the product.
Well, I don't know what they're supposed to give you, Deputy Doc. Do you know anything about this as far as MRIs are concerned?
Well, I know they use contrast, but I've had a bunch of MRIs. I've never had to ask for the batch number or the expiration date or anything like that.
Jeff, here's what I need to know, man.
Yes.
This is really important. Where are we going with this?
Yeah.
You say your wife was injected with an unknown.
Yes, and she's dying because of the unknown product that they put in, because she had an allergic reaction, an immediate allergic reaction. She was rushed to the ER after the injection, and they've been lying to us. We've been trying to get the information from them so that we can get her proper treatment, and they are denying to give us any information. They are also not returning phone calls since July of last summer, and it's just ridiculous. Her health is declining, and she's dying.
Hold
Hospital
on.
down the street will not help.
Was she sick before this?
No, she was not, sir. She was perfectly fine.
Then why did she have an MRI?
She went in for the MRI because she had a slip in the prior January and just had to have the neck looked at. So she was not supposed to get contrast. That's meant for tumors and stuff like that. And the doctor immediately ordered the contrast, and the radiology department that injected the order did not handle the situation properly. They also told her in the ER to buy a lottery ticket because she was 1 in a billion that would have a reaction to any contrast that they put in. We don't know what they put in her.
Just so you know, okay, let's get to the malpractice part, Jeffrey. It's not on the surface, it's not malpractice. Okay? Here's what malpractice is. They use something that's never been used before, that wasn't approved and shouldn't be used. The fact that you don't know what it is doesn't matter. Okay, I'm getting to the clear, hard facts, Jeffrey. Wait a sec. I'm not saying that it wasn't malpractice, but in order to be malpractice, an allergic reaction does not constitute malpractice.
No, it wasn't informed consent because the consent form was not filled out. It was incomplete.
Would she have turned it down?
Say what?
Would she have turned it down? She knew she had to have contrast. Hold on, Jeffrey. We need to get you accurate information, okay? And I want to know if you've talked to attorneys. I'm really interested. Hang on.
Yay.
We need to get an attorney on. Should we even try to get him on, or is he,
Marco?
Yeah.
You know, Tom, the other thing is he's saying that they won't, all he has to do is go to the hospital with a release of medical records form, and they're legally obligated to give him all of his medical records.
I gotta run and get
Hey, Tom, is Shane there? Oh, he did? He did say that? Okay.
Good afternoon, Elaine. This is Doc with the Tom Martino Show. I'm sorry that I missed you. I will give you a call later on this afternoon after the show. Thank you.
She just wanted to free Palestine.
Okay.
Well, I'm surprised that ABC said it, but now we know that they won't cover the story anymore.
Online project that published hundreds of thousands of books, journals, manuscripts, and images from the naturalist. Many are appearing online for the first time, including some newly discovered items. That means anyone with an internet connection can comb through Darwin's favorite novels, his personal correspondence, even illustrations. Mike Dubowski, ABC News.
Good luck.
Kelly's around, we don't need luck. Straight skill.
Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. Opening a My Social Security account gives you
What's that? Good. Excellent. Yeah, they're all good. They're on right. Hey, Mark. Mark.
It's not wanting to.
You may not be there right now.
Oh, is that a video of the studio right there?
Where, this?
Oh, that. No, that's us. Oh,
That's
okay.
us. So that's my camera, and then your camera. Well, yeah, you can't see, but up there you can see it. So we have wide shot.
Oh,
there,
gotcha.
Your camera, my camera. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's pretty cool setup. I'm trying to. I don't think this guy has any luck. This guy wants a problem. It's a problem.
Headphones?
Oh, I'm sorry. And then there's an L and an R over there. So left or right.
Well, how's the show going so far today?
Excellent. It was full lines up until. I want to get Compass back on about the car insurance.
Ten seconds here, guys.
Our website, bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. As you can see in our wide shot, I got to my right a guest. Shane is with us. Shane Karen from ZeroResDenver.com. I talk about Zero Res. And we're going to have a special deal tomorrow for Zero Res for Valentine's Day. But by the way, Shane, welcome to the
Good to be
the
here.
show.
Always good to be here.
I always love to talk about your super soft, purified water that's crazy clean. You know, just to prove that, Paul the Waterman says these guys have the greatest water. And so, and I know you have a
That's only part of it.
I know.
Yeah.
You got the scrubbing here. But just that water alone.
It's amazing stuff.
You can take your water in a cup, and you can have super glue on your finger, and you can put your finger in that water for 10 or 15 seconds, take it out, and wipe the super glue off. And you might think, oh, my God, that's corrosive. No, it's not.
Not at all.
It's gentle. Okay. So anyway, to me, I find it fascinating. I have never even ever dreamed that water could be a cleaning agent.
It's crazy powerful when you begin to restructure some of the molecular structure of that and add some electrical charge to it. It's electrolyzed oxidative water.
No, I know.
And
There's
we
a little
can do
more to
amazing
it than
things.
super soft purified. I get it.
Yep. But we can break down dirt, sand, and soil without harsh, toxic soaps, shampoos, detergents. It's green. It's safe. It's the right way to get. I get a little passionate about it.
Yeah, it's cool.
But it's good stuff.
Now, let's go back to Jeffrey. If you have any questions, give us a call. Of course, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to talk to Jeffrey about this hospital thing. I'm trying to get my expert on. How are we coming on that, Kachina?
Doesn't look like Marco is available right now, and I'm working on Compass.
Yeah, let's talk to John Fuller too. John Fuller may not do a lot of med mal or but he has a mind for what's called personal injury, and this is really important. So, what Jeffrey is saying is his wife went in for an MRI, had an allergic reaction to the substance, the contrast, and is now dying. Well, I mean, obviously this is tragic, but I want to take it one step at a time, because so many people are embroiled in a situation that's tragic that they don't piecemeal it, and we do have to take one section at a time. First and foremost, you know, there's these informed consents people do for any procedure known to man. And in the consent, they have everything they can think of that could happen. What Jeff is saying is, first and foremost, his wife was never informed or gave consent for the MRI or the contrast or both. What are you actually saying, Jeff?
Yeah, are you there, Tom?
I sure am, sir. I want to take this one step at a time. I know there's a bunch you want to tell me, but on the consent, what was your point?
But my point is there was no lot number or expiration date listed.
Jeff,
my wife is
Jeff,
there never is.
Jeff, you gotta listen, okay? We got a doctor here. We're gonna get an attorney. I don't want you going off half-cocked on stuff that doesn't matter. Here is what I'm asking. Was there a consent signed?
No.
Okay. Next question.
Not informed consent. Yep.
What? Now, hold on. See, I need to know what. Okay. What do you mean there was no informed consent?
My wife is here. She can tell you.
Hi, Tom. My speech is limited. The FDA, when I shared the consent that they said is their consent form that they said they had to now change, the FDA said that's not informed consent. They changed the law in 2018 because of Chuck Norris's wife, and it requires them to provide a medication guide of the potential risks. And I emailed your office. I did not have any form of informed consent of the products they were using.
Okay. Now hold on one
Yeah, I
second.
don't know.
Hold on. Before we move on, and just for time's sake, and I do want, what is your wife's name? What is your name, dear? What's your name?
It's Naomi.
Naomi.
Naomi
Okay.
Bauer.
Jeff, if you could speak for Naomi as much as possible, we'd appreciate that.
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
I'm
hold on,
attorney,
Jeff.
power of attorney.
Jeff.
Yes, sir.
With informed consent, okay, I'm going to tell you, lay off the lot number and all of that, because nobody cares about that. Because here's what they would do. They would eat you up on a stand. What they would say is, had that lot number been 53 instead of 98, or had there not been a lot number or a different lot number, would she have changed her consent? I mean, don't even get into that, okay? I mean, you're just picking things that don't matter. What does matter is this. If she did not know what she was getting into, the point is this. If that informed consent was not written properly, you might have something there. If it wasn't written properly, but don't pick one part of it and say, well, I didn't have a lot number. No one cares. I have never heard of anyone turning down something because of a lot number. But she is saying something that is different. She is saying that the risks were not spelled out in her consent for that contrast. Is that what she is saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And
Okay.
because of the allergic reaction, we can't get her proper treatment. And Gunnison Valley Hospital has just completely ignored us. And they're not trying to help us at all.
Okay, Jeffrey.
We try to call. And
Jeffrey, this has been going on since July, right?
this happened July 20th.
Okay,
And
why don't all you need to do is go to the hospital with a release of medical records, and they have to give you.
we already did.
Okay, so you have all the records, right?
They would not provide the information, and we have them on recording.
Okay, when
saying
you went
that
in and
they
asked for what
basically-
information were you asking for?
which gadolinium product they put in her, either Gadavis or Multihand.
Okay,
And they will not tell us.
And you wanted to know for what reason? To get her treatment?
Because she had an immediate allergic reaction, and we cannot get her proper treatment because we can't figure out which product they put in her.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Why do you think they're exacerbating the problem by not cooperating?
We don't really know, sir. Gunnison Valley Hospital has been just very neglectful on this.
You know,
whole
it
thing.
sounds to me, it sounds to me, Jeff and Naomi, even if it is not malpractice, or even if it is malpractice, they should want to cooperate with you to mitigate damages.
That's what we thought. But they are just they told us to move out of the valley, and I've been a resident of Gunnison Valley.
Now
for
wait a
20
minute.
years.
Wait, Jeff, hold on. What do you mean move out of the valley? What does that mean?
They told us to leave. They told us to leave, and they said, good luck getting an attorney.
Well, what do you mean leave? Well, I don't understand that. Are you just exaggerating?
They're telling us
They said,
to
get
leave.
out of our
No.
valley? I mean, what the hell did they say?
Yeah. They're telling us to just get out of here and go somewhere else.
Can't get help
Because they can't, they can't provide her with the proper treatment, and they don't even know how to treat it.
Okay, hold
So they
on.
basically-
Have you looked into other cases like this?
She's seen 2 neurologists already who have stated a factual documents that we have all the printouts, everything, and they've said that she has a gadolinium issue and that the hospital should have addressed that immediately. And instead, they pumped her full of steroids and sent her on her way.
Okay, now.
And we reached out to a specialist in the country named Dr. Richard Semenka, and Semenka, we're waiting on a consultation of the gadolinium poisoning that Gunnison Valley Hospital did.
Okay, now listen.
We're waiting on that.
Okay.
Yep.
This case with Chuck Norris that I looked up, that she had a similar reaction. Whatever happened to her? Do you know? I can't read it while I'm on the air, but you looked into the case?
My wife knows.
I can help explain. She dropped her case because at the time, and still today, there is not an attorney who will address it. So Chuck Norris and Gina Norris, she's on one of my groups I'm with, she said that they had to just drop it, and they couldn't discuss any private communications with the company.
That could be that
But
they settled.
she's
It could be that they
private.
settled. Hold on, all right? Because I want to bring up our attorney right after this and see what he thinks. And again, he's a personal injury attorney, mostly car accidents, but he has a legal mind and has addressed issues like this before. So hang on. I'm Tom Martino. This is very interesting. I did not realize that there are adverse effects to contrast. Doc, by the way, have you heard of adverse effects from contrast fluids before?
Only from allergic reactions. But here's the deal, Tom. Whenever you go in for an MRI with contrast, they ask you, have you ever had, a previous MRI with contrast? If so, did you have any kind of reaction? It would be like if somebody came into my office, let's say with a bladder infection. I say, have you ever had an allergic reaction to penicillin? And they say, well, I've never taken penicillin. I say, okay, I'm going to suggest you take some amoxicillin, and they have an allergic reaction to it. That's not malpractice. It's just bad luck on the patient's part.
No, I get it. Hold on a second. 303-713-TALK. More coming up.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing?
Sounds
If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
If you're looking for a great deal in window coverings, Made in the Shade is the name of the company. Now, when I say a great deal, more than just pricing. They try to meet your budget, of course, but it's the hassle-free experience. First of all, they come and they measure everything free of charge. They have a designer help you pick stuff free of charge. Then they give you an estimate complete with the right stuff in the right place free of charge. Now, if you decide to move forward from there, they'll order it and then have in-house installers. Made in the Shade. It doesn't get any easier than that. 720-458-6566, denvershades.co. Now, I know what today is. I've been talking about 20% off all edition. And 9 for 3. Tomorrow is...
Joined by special guest.
The feel special, that's why.
Why do you think? It normally doesn't suck. Or tomorrow? I'll do whatever you. No, I'll do whatever you want. With a hospital at I got all kinds of spots on that tomorrow. Plus I'll do some gratis mentions I have here.
How are things on your end?
I like these people. Is that cat?
Okay, let's get to the malpractice.
Cat is with us.
Okay, malpractice.
I'm doing fine, yeah. I communicate very well, very well. They love it. They really, we really.
Malpractice.
Now, short form. Now, I have an idea that I'm going to start doing.
Automotive, 720-749-3965, 2120 West Evans, RKC Automotive.
If addiction, trauma, depression, or anxiety are affecting your life and family, the Raleigh House is here for you. The dedicated team of professionals at the Raleigh House provides a premium level of care for substance use and mental health disorders. We believe recovery is possible. The Raleigh House can help. Call 720-797-8717 to get the help you need. That's the Raleigh House. 720-797-8717.
Bigger is not always better. With car accidents, I don't want a giant firm where I'm just a number. That's why I use John Fuller as my accident lawyer on my radio show. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I know
10 seconds, Tom.
Your trusted local fiduciary advisors, TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Let's go to the phones, and John Fuller is with us. Now, John Fuller, myaccidentlawyer.co, but he's been around for so long and has handled all kinds of cases for personal injury. John, first and foremost, I mean, I don't want to get into the weeds here, but I want to talk in general. It's obvious that Naomi has some serious problems after taking this contrast fluid, and I don't think anyone's disputing she had an allergic reaction. By the way, such allergic reactions are all over the internet. One of the things they say about it is if the fluid, if the contrast is an approved fluid, and not just, they didn't pull it out of their, desk and say, hey, let's try this today. I mean, if it's a normal procedure and someone has an allergic reaction, that in general, allergic reactions are not malpractice, or are they, John?
Right. Well, generally speaking, bad outcomes by default are not necessarily malpractice. I mean, bad outcomes happen even with the application of the best of care. And so what Doc was saying earlier is that the best standards of care may be for somebody that has, not taken something along these lines or not, ruled out the possibility of an allergic reaction. Maybe there's a standard of care that dictates they should have done something else. But just in and of itself, a bad outcome does not necessarily equal malpractice. My concern about the case that I've heard, if I heard correctly, you said that this happened back in July. Now, the Gunnison Valley Hospital is a municipally owned hospital, and that means that the provisions of the governmental immunity regulations come into play. Did your callers perfect their right by giving notice under the immunity statutes?
Now, tell me what they were required to do first.
So they have to give notice under the governmental immunity statutes. It's CRS 24-10-101 and the subsequent sections there. They have to give notice that complies with the statute of the fact that they have suffered, a bad outcome that they believe is malpractice. They have to put a whole list of people on notice from the Attorney General on down to all of the powers that be in Gunnison County and the hospital itself. Now, if they do that, then great. They then have 2 years to bring their...
Okay, but how long do they have to put them on notice?
183 days. Basically 6 months. So if this happened in July, that deadline would have expired in January, and since we're in February, that could be a problem.
All right, let's take that first.
That's why I wanted to bring that up.
Jeffrey and Naomi, did you file any notice of that outcome and a possible lawsuit?
For that 182-day deadline, because we weren't fully aware. And
Jeffrey, we
notified
didn't
us
get the
about
first
that.
part of that statement. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Start over.
Yes, we did get that Colorado immunity form in. Within the 182 days, we did turn it in.
Good.
And on January 17th, we went in person to have them sign for the papers, and the CEO, Jason Amrick, refused to sign, and then my fiance slipped on their handicap ramp as we were leaving, and that's just a whole other ball game. But yes, we did get the form in.
So did you just file the form by leaving it on the handicap ramp of the hospital, or did you send it in to all of the other entities that's required?
My wife, Naomi, sent it to all the entities that were needed, including the Attorney General of Colorado.
Very good. How did you know to do that, Jeffrey?
Yes, my fiance just figured it out all of a sudden within like 177 days left. We got it together.
Okay.
She wrote a 28 to 100-page article.
All right, hold on. Now what happens, John? They have how long?
So now they have up to 2 years to bring a case in the Colorado state courts for malpractice. But one of the things that they're going to have is a standard of care expert that says that whatever these doctors did with the application of this contrast material had to fall outside of the standard of care, and that deviation from the standard of care was actually malpractice. If they don't have that, they can still file their lawsuit, but they'll pretty quickly be dismissed for failing to have that certificate of review.
And who do they
So
get
the
that
work's not
from?
over. From another doctor of the same credentials as the one that ordered the contrast in the beginning.
And they'll have to get a doctor to say that they did it wrong, or it was done wrong, or they shouldn't have done it, or what, John?
Well, I don't know enough about this gadolinium poisoning and stuff, but I presume that these people are saying that they should have screened them for whether or not she would have been allergic to it.
Let's
or
ask
failed
them.
to
Let's ask them.
recognize the allergic reaction or something like that.
Jeffrey, in a nutshell,
Yes.
Jeffrey, in a nutshell, without giving us every phrase and verse and all of your stuff, why do you feel it was malpractice?
I feel it's malpractice because she's gonna die from this injection that they
Jeffrey,
caused.
That's not
Jeffrey,
the answer.
I'm going.
That's not the
Jeffrey,
answer to the
listen,
question.
Jeffrey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she had
Go
that
ahead.
contrast fluid and walked out and was hit by a truck, it wouldn't have been malpractice. I need to know the connection, not just the administration of it, but what part of it do you feel, or Naomi, what do you feel was malpractice?
Full neglect, which the CEO admitted when we asked them why they have not provided us with the information.
Okay, hold
why
on.
they
One step
delayed
at
us.
Naomi, one step at a time. What part? You said neglect. What do you mean by neglect? You said they did not provide you with information.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you mean exactly by that?
Per the FDA, they are to provide directly a medication guide as to which product and its full extent. By them choosing to not update their own side of things is neglect because they say their radiology staff is up to date within the last year.
Okay, so hold on,
Naomi,
Naomi, hold on. So you're saying that they had what were their standard releases or their standard information, but it was not updated to what's required by the FDA. There were some things not disclosed in that release?
Correct. It was not considered what the FDA would state is any type of informed consent.
And when did that law change where the informed consent had to be a certain way?
2018, after Gina Norris fought the FDA for it. And
Okay, so, Tom, can I jump in here?
Yes, okay, hold on, Naomi. Go ahead, John.
So I'm still getting hung up here on the idea that if it's a failure of informed consent, the essence of informed consent is not that the consent was necessarily, the word I'm looking for here is faulty or, it was not complete. But you have to kind of take it the extra step, and that failure of informed consent caused the damages. Okay, if these damages could not have been foreseen, then they probably weren't included in that informed consent anyway, and it comes back to our bad outcome. So I'm struggling with, would you have not gotten the procedure before? Because I think that thousands of people get MRIs with contrast every day. So help me understand.
See, Naomi, we were trying to ask that before. Jeffrey and Naomi, what we're asking is this. Had they had if they did do the consent the way they were supposed to, and they did not leave out certain things, would that have changed if you were going to get it or not?
I would have denied it immediately because I was not informed.
So you read each and every word of those informed consents.
I didn't answer the questions because I have a blood clotting disorder, so I'm very cautious what products are injected, and I've never had an allergic reaction.
Hey, I have a very important question, Naomi. Naomi, did they ask you if you've ever had an MRI before?
Yes.
And did they ever ask you? Wait, let me finish. So they asked you if you had an MRI, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did they ask you if you've ever had an MRI with contrast?
No. It just asked if you've had MRIs in the past.
But they never asked you if you had it with contrast?
No. I don't believe it asked that.
I'm wondering if the hospital would let us read their informed consent, or did they change it since this happened to you?
Yes, they told me they did change it in October or December of last year. I emailed you and sent you the consent form.
Okay, so do you have the one that you... Hold on. You have the one that you signed?
I do, sir, yes.
Okay, hold on. I want to read that during the break. Hang on. John, I would love for you to read that too if you could, if you have time today. John Fuller, that's myaccidentlawyer.co.
Hey, Tom, I want to read it also.
By the way, One Clear Choice Garage Doors will help you in anything to do with garage doors. Complete garage doors, openers, springs, hinge bolts, cables, whatever it is. From brand new doors or panels to brand new openers, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. All of the prices right there, 720-370-3987.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Pretty easy driving throughout the Denver Metro for the noon hour. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. The same can be said for I-70 east and westbound, flowing free to and from the DIA area. Leaving DIA, Pena Boulevard southbound, some busy traffic between Tower Road and 56. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. South of DIA, I-225 north and southbound, no complaints through the Aurora and Tech Center areas. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies, cool out there, high at 48 degrees, overnight low of 24. The current temperature in Denver is 47 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
At Progressive, they're making things even easier. They'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. That's Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
You know, since I've been talking about this, Red Rocks Roof and Solar's been going crazy with commercial business because they teach commercial businesses how not only to meet the needs of their electrical issues with a solar system, but to have enough left over to actually profit from it. Red Rocks RS can tell you about the grants available, the tax credits available, and how to make money on the system. They can also do regular systems or off-grid systems. Whatever it is, solar, they can do. Red Rocks Roof and Solar. That's redrocksrs.com, 303-704-2449. O'Brien Legal Services, that's a law firm, and they specialize in anything real estate. If you need help with any commercial or residential real estate issue, or just someone to review docs or financing agreements or complicated leases, O'Brien Legal Services is the place to go. You know, law firms that do just real estate are hard to find. That's why we depend on Brad O'Brien and his team for information on this show, and they can help you. OLSlaw.com. 720-370-7388.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I am oh. Hey, Tom?
What?
Make sure I get a copy of that consent form.
Check your email.
Okay, I want to take a look at it.
So it's not, is what you would call it seeing it? Damn it. Here it is. Okay. Is this it? Oh, goddamn. Why are there so many statements?
She sent you everything that she has.
She has a significant medical history to begin with. This is real. Huh? I don't see any disclosure form. I don't see anything she signed for the MRI at all in everything she sent us. There's not one consent form. Not one. So I don't even know what she sent us, but there's not one consent form. Doc, I don't see a consent form anywhere. Kachina, do you hear me?
Yes.
There's not one consent form here. Not one.
Hey, Jeffrey, I have forwarded on all of the attachments that you guys have sent us. We don't see any consent form. Can you just send me an email with just the consent form that you signed? Can you just send that in a completely separate email with a separate attachment with just that, not 8 different attachments? Okay, great. If you can send that, okay, thank you.
Doc, there was no consent form in that email. None.
They're sending it.
Thank you. Well, so why? And now she's suing him for a slip and fall, too.
All right, 10 seconds here, guys.
MoneyYourRetirement.com.
You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right Home Improvements. DRHI.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Listen, we have John Fuller with us, but I need to go on to this other call. I want to get John Fuller's assessment of this, but they did not send us a consent form. But John, I have a quick question for you, a real quick question. I noticed in some of the stuff she sent us, she has an extensive medical history of ailments and pain and all kinds of problems. Does that count against people in malpractice like it does? Because it doesn't in personal injury like car accidents, but you take the victim as you find them. Is that the same with malpractice?
It's the same rule, Tom, but it makes it more complicated. I guess one way to put it is that the more you complicate the medical decisions that have to be made, the more that a group of competent practitioners would come to the same opinion. Okay?
In other words, you'd have to prove you're just not sick a lot and that it happened because of them.
Yeah, I mean, you still have the duty of proving causation, that what happened to you was caused by the actions of the medical professional. But in satisfying the standard of care requirements under the certificate of review that I was talking about earlier, you have to find that the medical professional deviated from the standard of care. And so that's a standard that requires other people in the profession to evaluate what they did and decide whether or not that was a deviation.
All right, they sent the consent form we're going to look at during a break, but I want to talk to Murph now. Murph, you have a 2018 Subaru Outback. What's going on with that, Murph?
Well, I have the Subaru extended warranty on it that I purchased. You have to purchase it before, your original one.
Now, did you buy this new?
Expired.
Did you buy this new?
Yes.
Oh, and you bought an extended warranty with it?
Yes.
Okay, got it. What happened?
And, I took my car in last Wednesday for an issue with the audio console.
Yes.
And Subaru did a complete inspection on my car and discovered that my head gaskets have failed or leaking, and I need that repaired. Both repairs, the console and the head gaskets, I was told is covered under the extended warranty.
I think the head gasket would be. I'm not sure about the audio. Usually not, but go ahead.
They said it was because I paid to cover the electronics. There's so many, it has eyesight and automatic braking and all that.
Right. And Murph, let me just say something. It doesn't matter what I think. It only matters what the contract says. It doesn't even matter what you think. So what does the contract say? Are they refusing to do any part of this?
No. The technicians believe, based on looking at my warranty, that it's all covered.
Then why are you calling us then?
That I took it in on Wednesday.
Then why are you calling us if they're going to cover everything?
We're waiting for approval from Subaru.
Are you expecting a problem? Are you expecting a problem? Is that why you're calling?
I'm just wondering how long it normally takes for the Subaru warranty to do an approval.
Is it an actual? This is a good question, Murph. Is it an actual Subaru warranty?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
hold on. I'm going to ask a
Security.
few people, okay, right during the break. 303-713-8255. Hang on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Pretty easy driving throughout the Denver Metro for the noon hour. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. The same can be said for I-70 east and westbound, flowing free to and from the DIA area. Leaving DIA Pena Boulevard southbound, some busy traffic between Tower Road and 56. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. South of DIA, I-225 north and southbound, no complaints through the Aurora and Tech Center areas. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies. Cool out there, high at 48 degrees, overnight low of 24. The current temperature in Denver is 47 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
At Progressive,
They're making things even easier. They'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. That's Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
I hope none of you listening need Joe Lazzara, a criminal defense attorney, but some of you might have done something stupid or maybe been falsely accused, whatever it is. If you're accused of anything, any charge, any crime, whether it's a misdemeanor or a felony, Joseph A. Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. And one thing I know for sure, you should never shop for an attorney without knowing who they are and under pressure. I've done the shopping for you. You can rely on Joe Lazzara. Lazzara, Lazzara. Find him at referralist.com, lazzaralegal.com, or 303-429-6200. Free consultations, flat rate pricing, 429-6200. FixMyHome.com, that's the website for Fix It 24/7. And why I love them is because they come to your house with an eye on solutions. They're not trying to sell you anything. They're really good, reputable people at great prices and value. FixMyHome.com, Fix It 24/7. Go there first when you need help with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. That's what I do. FixMyHome.com. Okay, a lot of people are all in a rage about that weight loss substance. You know, the one you inject once a week? Guess what? It's a tiny little, like a diabetes needle. And here's the deal. It's easy. A lot of people are doing it. But here's the deal. There's a delay. There's a shortage. It costs $1,200 to $1,400 a month until now. DenverRegen.com. DenverRegen.com is offering the program for $250 a month because they are now compounding semaglutide in a compounding pharmacy at a much lower price with no shortages, doctor's visits, and injections, and all of the drug supplies, all for $250 a month. DenverRegen.com. What's that? I know him really well. The real MD is real doctors, yeah. But as far as semaglutide, I always tell people to check with their own doctors, make sure before they go on a weight loss thing. But semaglutide works. And I think it's genius that all of these, and I say all of them, I think around the country a lot of people use this compounded form. And they're just saying, fuck the brand names, we're cheaper. Does it? Okay, and does she do it with a regular MD? And that's with insurance? So, you know, 5 or 6 for the brand is not bad. Oh wait, where is she getting 5 or 6 for the brand? Her doctor. And it's her doctor. She can't do that. Nurse practitioner. I don't know. I'll look her up. What's her name? Here's the deal.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59, call 2-800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com. You can name a star for birthday, weddings, or even memorial. Over 45 years, we've made millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
Is Channel 7 a lot? Oh, okay. What's the name of that show?
10 seconds here, guys.
How long will Joe Biden last in office? When will it become President Harris, Lord help us? And when will the Dems give up this charade that Joe Biden's going to be their nominee? Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, let's talk again. Did John have to run? I wanted to see if he read that.
Yes, he did. But he has all the emails.
Okay, because I'm trying to find the consent and what it says, and
there's no consent form, Tom.
there is none. She's not showed us one consent form yet.
It should be at the top of your inbox.
Well, it's not.
Everybody.
It's not a, there's no consent form here that I see. All I see is information. I see nothing that this woman signed for a consent form, not one. So wherever it is, they don't have it. Okay? And so how do they know what they consented to? And how do they know if it was complete or not? Because everything they have showed us, everything, there's not one thing here that is a consent form. Not one.
Tom, the other interesting thing is she went to the emergency room where they gave her very good and appropriate care. And they also said that her symptoms resolved by the time she was discharged from the emergency room. So I'd like to ask her fiance, if the symptoms disappeared, what is it that you're talking about now?
Hold on. Well, they say she's dying now. But Jeffrey, I need to ask a quick question. I'm going back to the Subaru thing. But Jeffrey, here's what I need to ask. Okay, where's the consent form?
That was the consent form that the hospital stated that she signed for that injection.
Well, there's no signature. Hold on. There's no signature anywhere on any form you've sent us.
No, there is. Yes.
No, there should have been.
Doc, did you see a consent form anywhere?
No, I did not.
Neither did I. So you got to try again because we don't know what you consented for. All it is we have prescriptions, we have records, we have notes, we have everything. We have nothing that says what they're going to do and the side effects or possible risks and any signature whatsoever anywhere. So I'm sorry, we can't help you without seeing that. Let me ask you another question. Have you been able to get an attorney?
No, we have not been able to get an attorney. We've reached out to over 50 of them.
If you reached out to 50 attorneys, okay, hold on. There's a problem, sir. Will you have 50 attorneys? Come on.
And none of them are taking the case?
Yeah, 50 attorneys.
Smells fishy.
No consent form. No consent form. None. Nope, not one. Nope, that's not it either. Sorry, they keep missing it. There's no consent form.
Hi, is this Jane? Jane, hi. My name's Kelly. I'm calling from the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show. And you had called us regarding an issue you're having with your Subaru? Perfect. I have an open line available, so like to put you on hold so you could talk to Tom and Mark about it. And what is the year and make of the car? Subaru Forester. And what's going on with it?
They did nothing. There's nothing I found wrong here at all.
Okay.
This is a nice hoodie, bro.
Okay. Like an alignment thing or Like an alignment thing? Okay.
Becky.
Huh. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Hang on
Yeah,
for
that's
me,
it, Becky.
and
She's
I
on.
will
I
get
don't
you
know how
on with
she's
Tom
doing
as
it.
soon as possible, okay? Hang on for
Is
me.
she a nurse practitioner or does she have an M? She has an MD probably. No, she's not. She's an RN. Yeah. However, she may have somebody she's working under. She might be working under a doctor. 250. Same thing. DenverRegen.com. Same exact everything. And all the supplies. Does she do her own shot? Okay, good. Because they would do it for you. Yeah, there's no long-term commitment. It's month to month. Oh, 250 is for a month's supply. 1 month. You can save up to 8 lives for 1 month. How long? Your heart, you keep beating. Your kidneys, you keep filtering. And your intestines, keep on digesting for others. And that's not all. You can improve the lives of 50 more people as an iron tissue donor. Restoring cells and health. And you're not just helping out the person receiving the transplant. You're touching whole families with your life-saving care. Register in minutes. Just go to organdonor.gov. You'll be happy. She's an RN. Just maybe someone else will be happy. Of course. Has to be. Sign up today. Go to organdonor.gov. They do it once. It saves lives. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
K-How News Time, 103. A bill introduced last week in the Colorado legislature making it legal to be bars at public parks, community centers, hospitals, bars, universities, churches, voting centers, and 12 other sensitive spaces. Rocky Mountain Gun Owners Executive Director Taylor Rhodes not thrilled with this gun control bill.
Now they're trying to say, well, you don't have the right to carry in your church,
Then we-
public parks, or on the street corner because it's adjacent to the gas. That's just ridiculous.
So. Adam. Thousands.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Said that she did not. She sold it on installment.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by
She had to pay taxes.
Who does your taxes?
Okay, what's your name?
Even though it didn't install.
I don't need your last name. Just your first name is fine. And what's going on?
He said it's.
And it was a Firestone?
They kept it. Because they said she was late.
Okay, perfect. That's all I knew. I need to know. So hang on, and Tom and Mark will be with you momentarily, okay? Hang on.
Why are people saying yeah to Jackson Hewitt? When you switch to Jackson Hewitt, they will beat what you paid last year on tax prep. Even if you filed online, proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations. April 7. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
We're asking them to give us that. There are people.
10 seconds here, guys.
Word on our website. Bills. That's bills. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Do you see this great hoodie I'm wearing? ZeroResDenver.com. Anyway, they're here as our guests today, and we do have one quick question on Zero Res. They said, can you work on, I don't think you can, luxury vinyl planking. I don't think you would have to. That doesn't need extreme cleaning. All you'd have to do is wipe it down with a moist. But you don't do it. You do like hardwoods, and not hardwoods. You do tile and grout, but you don't do hardwoods or luxury vinyl planking or any of that kind of flooring, right?
We can take a look at it.
Yeah,
and just see what the issue. Do we know what the issue is on it?
No. What I think they just want to clean it. But the luxury vinyl planking never really gets that dirty. I mean, there's nothing to get dirty in.
The thing we could do is we could sell a 5-gallon bucket of our electrolyzed oxidative water.
That's what I was going to say,
and that
then just
could clean extremely well.
You damp mop. That's what you spray it on the bottom and damp mop it,
and just wipe through that.
Exactly.
Then you don't have a residue left behind, and it works
when you
extremely
supply that water. How long does it last?
Depends on how, or as far as its shelf life.
Yes,
you keep it in a dark, cool place, and it'll last quite a while.
Months, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And so give us a call. We'll work it out with you and figure it out.
303-471-5150. Now, I want to go back to the phones and take Murph. Murph, on the extended warranty, I want to get back to you. You say the car was in last Wednesday. I looked up Subaru's approval process. At the most, it can take up to 4 weeks unless a car is totally immobile. Now, here's the thing. Your techs say it's going to be, it should be fixed under warranty. I see the head gasket as for sure. If you had it from new, how many miles do you have it on right now? How many miles?
65,000.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have a problem. Okay, what I want to know is this though. What do they say it's going to take? How long?
Well, till next Monday to repair it. They just were shocked they didn't have approval by today. No, I mean,
well, that's their problem. I mean, if you have a warranty, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, those are things that are commonly touted as being covered. Again, do you have coverage you can read for yourself? And just tell them to fix it and then settle up afterwards.
They said they have to go through protocol, and they can't, if I authorize it, and I'm...
What's the name of the dealer?
I'm not so sure. I did read it. Pardon?
What's the name of the dealer?
Groove Subaru.
Yeah. I don't think,
And I'm not so sure that console, that touchscreen console, I'm reading my contract. I'm not sure that is covered, but that's the least expensive one. I would say, well, give me my car back until I can,
That's what I would do. You can drive it with a bad head gasket as long as you keep. Well, hold on a second. If coolant is getting into the oil, it could ruin your engine. Did they say how bad it was?
No.
Here's another thing I'm confused about. Why do you have a head gasket going at 65,000 miles? Is it turboed?
No.
How the hell does that happen? A head gasket. Did you check with Subaru yourself on the warranty? Are you allowed to do that?
That I don't know. I have the contract, and then I was supposed to get the official warranty. I mean, I have it because they did say, yes, it's under warranty. I don't know if I have a number that I could call to specifically.
I'll bet you there is something in there to ask. Murph, do you want us to call the dealer? I mean, I think, listen, it hasn't been that long. It was only last Wednesday.
Right. I guess I'm just a little shocked at how long it can take to
That's
get
not
approval.
long at all.
And
By today's standards,
okay.
everything is taking longer. Listen, call us back in a few days if you'd like, but you don't want to hear this, but I would give it at least another week. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, can you get Kevin Calkin on for Jane? I think I want Jane to have an expert to listen to this too. Jeffrey, I'm going to go back to you very quickly, and I want to sum this up for people just tuning in. And my heart goes out to you, Jeff and Naomi. Naomi had contrast done at a hospital, had an allergic reaction, and they say, according to the hospital, that the symptoms subsided before she left. Now she says she's dying from it. I need to ask a very serious question. Did you actually get a diagnosis for this poisoning of gadolinium? Did you actually get some kind of a diagnosis as to what is wrong with you right now, Naomi?
Yes, sir, Tom. She did get two diagnoses from two different neurologists, one in Montrose and one in Grand Junction.
Okay, and they both said...
So it's Dr. Semenka too.
And they both say it's from gadolinium?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have an expert. We're waiting on our consultation.
No, I
from
get it.
him,
What do
at
they
Indiana.
say? What do they say will happen? Do they say it usually kills people? Because I'm finding here that it doesn't necessarily. I don't see anything about fatal side effects. But is that what your doctors are telling you, that you're dying?
Pretty much. She's suffering from neuropathy. She's fully disabled, neurological issues, neurotoxicity, loss of fine motor, growth.
Well, she has MS, right, Jeffrey?
No, she does not. Those documents from that hospital were not correctly filled out. We've been trying to get them amended.
Wait a minute.
Been ignoring it.
Doc, did what was filled out that she had MS?
It was the one of the forms. Let me check. I'll tell you which one it is.
Before she had it done?
That's what.
Yes, sir. They said that they wanted to go ahead and do the contrast because they felt that I could have MS because when I was 18, I had asthma and they didn't know, and I was in track passing out. And the doctor at the time said maybe MS, but
Jeffrey and Naomi, do you see
on her head and neck questionnaire that she filled out, she checked the box from MS, which is why I assume she had it, because she checked the box. They did not.
They confirmed, sir, on all of my MRIs and blood work that that is not true.
Okay.
And they
so your
cannot
MRI,
find
you showed no
anything
lesions
else.
or signs of MS at all, right?
No, nothing. I had exemplary lining and membrane material.
Naomi, why did you check off that box?
Because I listened to the doctor who said it could be a
Okay,
mess.
I get it.
For the
I get it.
arm
Naomi, and just listen for a sec here. And honest to God, if there was a way to help you, that's what we look for. But is it possible that because all of your health ailments, that yes, this may have been an allergic reaction, but that you can't dump all of it on that? This is what tells me you don't have a case. I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying you didn't have an allergic reaction. I believe you 100%. But the reason I think you don't have a case is you guys said you consulted with 50 attorneys.
No, we reached out to any attorney that would listen and we could finally talk to, and one of them had said it wasn't enough money.
Well, it's not
because
just
of
money.
the
They
Government
can't
Immunity Act.
they can't win. Did you get first of all, the very first thing you need, you have to file within 180 days that you want to take action against the municipal hospital. The second thing you need is a certificate from another doctor saying that it's malpractice. You didn't get that.
I have the consultation for it because he said my records confirm that I do after the neurologist said I.
There is nothing in your paperwork. Listen carefully. You gotta really listen, okay? It's not how you feel or what doctors tell you. It is what is written. You do not have a statement anywhere in your paperwork that confirms from another doctor that they feel it was malpractice. Not one.
No, they two lists. I have a gadolinium toxicity from.
But I'm not talking about that. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. It is not the toxicity you must confirm. You must have a doctor say it is as a result of malpractice.
Yeah, we understand that, and we're waiting on our consultation from Dr. Richard Selmenka, who's an expert out of North or South Carolina. We're waiting on that as we speak.
Okay, when you get that consultation, if you do not get a statement from another MD saying this is malpractice and why, you're not going to go anywhere.
Okay.
That's what I want you to call us back. We do have a malpractice attorney that would look at it, but they're going to want a statement first because this is what I think you're trying to do. You're trying to prove that you had the poisoning. You don't have to prove that. You have enough documentation here. What you have to show is that you have the poisoning due to malpractice. And due to malpractice would be any number of things. You're saying you didn't have informed consent. I think you're going to have a very, very, very tough time. But if you can get a doctor to say this was substandard forms, and the fact that you also have to show that had you been given a different consent, you wouldn't have had it done. They're going to chew you up, and no attorney is going to invest the time and energy in a malpractice suit that will take 5 years and at least $300,000 to bring the suit. No one will invest 5 years and $300,000 unless they're going to win or have a good chance of winning. I am telling you the truth, okay? I'm not trying to tickle your ears. I'm not trying to do anything except tell you the truth. That is what you're up against. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Ideal Home Loans still doing home loans, and they have the only interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. 303-867-7000.
That's a tough one.
Hey, this is Terrell Davis here, keynote speaker for the 2024 Sports Breakfast. Join me and scouts of the Greater Colorado Council on February 21st for the 47th Annual Sports Breakfast at Ball Arena. You'll hear amazing scout impact stories and maybe even some special guest appearances. Register to attend today or sign up with a team captain and help raise funds to support scout programs for the youth in our community. Visit scoutingcolorado.org for more information. That's scoutingcolorado.org. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, and if you are looking for solar systems, Red Rocks Roof and Solar, you've heard me say it before, Red Rocks Roof and Solar will do you proud with a solar system for your house. Now, if you have a business, they will do it as well. Here's what they do. They look for grants. They know about tax credits and loans to get you the system you need, and it will always pay off if you do it the right way. Here's the deal. You can even put in an extra big system to sell back to energy companies, which they are required to purchase. They can show you how to do that too. RedRocksRS.com, RedRocksRS.com. Troubleshooter.com. You know, earlier in the show, you heard John Fuller weigh in on how and why malpractice is difficult and what to do and what steps to take. Now, of course, his forte, auto accidents. And if you ever call him with a problem, with an auto accident, he'll speak to you as well and give you your options free of charge. And then if you decide to go forward, he works on a percentage fee basis. myaccidentlawyer.co. We love him around here as our expert, and you can get expert advice anytime you need it. He looks for ways to collect, he negotiates expenses to net you more money, and he fights tenaciously for you. That's John Fuller, Fuller Law. You can also find him at referralist.com. 303-597-4500. You will notice the difference when you call. And if he takes your case, you get a cell phone that you can call or text at any time. That's John Fuller, Fuller Law, and myaccidentlawyer.co.
Hey, Tom?
Yes?
Just to remind you, we've got Kevin on for Jane.
Oh, thank you. And I'll be back. I'll be in the studio tomorrow, by the way. And we're done with Jeffrey. I feel so sorry for Naomi.
Okay, I can I'll give him John Fuller's number.
Yeah, I'll give him, Bendinelli.
I can do that too.
Yeah, that's the only one.
All right, guys, so hopefully that helps. I'm going to go ahead and give you the name of our medical malpractice.
So this one,
his name is Marco Bendinelli. And his phone number is 1-800-288-6763. So try him, let him know that you were on the show and that you had talked to Tom, and see what he says. No problem. Thank you. Bye.
They used to work on ultrasound, IR, RF, and that Wi-Fi, some of them. So this is way back when we were.
God, I'm so old. I have to put this shit on my neck.
They happen to be there.
Heating pads, icy hot. So
We couldn't hear it because
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
Serious.
Plenty of sunshine for your Monday. Temperatures today will be reaching into the upper 40s. That wind stays light. So a fairly typical day for February, maybe just a degree or two hotter. I'm Fox 31. Just going to weather team here all this time. Early birds.
To visit. No, I say you're right. I did.
Ugh. I would not like that.
10 seconds here, guys.
Trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino. I want to talk to Jane. Jane, you You have a 2014 Subaru Forester, right? What's going on, Jane?
Well, I've owned it for nearly a year. I bought it on the 31st of March.
How many miles on this?
It was low mileage, 550 something. It was low, 51.
It's a nice car.
No,
it's a nice car.
Yeah, I like it.
So
I
what's
like
the
it a
problem?
lot. Then I started feeling this shake in the front just last week, and so I thought I better get it into somebody. I don't want anything to go wrong. So I took it to Ruse Auto. Ruse looked at it, then called me. They told me what it was and told me that they could do it. Well, then they called me back, and they said the rust underneath is really bad, and they're afraid to undo the bolts or they'll break something.
Now,
So
where did they say the rust came from?
Well, it's underneath the car. They don't. It's from the East Coast. The car was from the East Coast. They told me that when I bought it.
Okay,
But they said
and is
it had
this
it all
okay?
gone through.
Okay, so did this turn out to be the frame or the engine itself? Do you know?
Well, it's the front control bar is what they're working on. And
Okay, so what
they
are you
said
calling
that
about?
it is-
How can we help you today? What's the issue?
Well, I'm wondering, is this something that the Auto Trek should have known? They had people go through it.
Who should have?
And I bought it. Sorry?
Who should have known?
Auto Trek. They're in Littleton.
Okay, and you bought it how long ago?
On March 31st of 23.
Okay, so Kevin Calkin is our expert. Kevin, first of all, this kind of rust, have you seen it?
Well, yeah, especially on East Coast cars or Midwest cars. Some of them are very challenging, to get bolts off, but they're still workable.
Now, would you say
Well,
that's
they're
something a dealer would take note of? I don't think so.
Not necessarily, no. I mean, other
And
than
even if
disclosing
they
it's an East
did,
Coast
they
car.
wouldn't have to tell her about it.
Well, they told her it was an East Coast car. I think they were.
I don't know.
trying to
What did
tell
they
her-
tell you exactly, Jane?
It was a great car. It's an East Coast car. They'd gone through it, and everything was up to par. And Amy, the lady that
So when you got that contract, did it say everything was perfect and up to par? Did it say anything about a warranty, or did it say as is?
I don't have the paperwork in front of me, but the way I took it was everything was good.
Okay,
To go
that's
on
what you
that
can't do, okay? Everything is good is so subjective that you wouldn't be able to. Let me just say it like it is. Jane, we cannot go back to a place you bought a car from in the middle of last year and say to them, you did not tell her about this rust. Therefore, you need to fix it. How much is it going to cost you to fix it?
Oh, wow. This last shop that I had it to said it could be $4,000. And then they said if we take that off, there's something else that they might break in
Now,
the meanwhile.
do you
and
think
that
this
would be
was,
added
I
on.
wonder, was this a flood car?
They didn't say, they said it was from the East Coast. That was all they told me.
Kevin, how bad does it get?
It can get pretty bad. I've seen them rust clear through frames and different things, and we'd be happy to do a free inspection for them, get a second opinion.
I think that's what you
but I
need to
understand
do.
the other shop-
You
the other
really
shop's
need to
pretty
get a
much
second opinion. Is it drivable, Jane?
Well, yes, it is. And I have it in their shop right now, which is what I called them and told them what was going on. They said, okay, take it to our shop tomorrow. They'll look at it.
Okay.
Or Monday. So I took it in this morning, and they're looking at it. But I asked
So you
him, I
took it
said,
back to the
"You guys
dealer?"
Go through this car? Well, yeah, to the dealer's shop, yeah.
Okay, so
And
what
they-
did, so Ruse said it was rusted, heavily rusted.
Right.
Okay.
Right, and they couldn't do it.
I get it. Okay, so what's the name of the shop? What's the name of that dealer again?
Auto Trek.
Trek. Got it.
T-R-E-K.
Like Star Trek. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so so listen, what I want you to do is call us back.
Uh-huh.
And I'm making notes right now for this. Call us back and see what they're willing to do for you, okay? And then I would say did this, by the way, did the shake in the front have anything to do with the rust?
Yeah, well, it's the part they can't remove it yet without breaking. They had to. I took it to a second shop. They don't even want to touch it.
Okay,
because
so
of the problem that it could create.
Okay, so I think the bottom line is, Kevin, we have to see what they say they're going to do first, and then Kevin will give you a free second opinion. All you have to do is arrange for that through SheridanAutotech.com. He'll give you, and he's pretty damn honest. I think you'll love the place. So thank you, Jane. Sorry about that. Now, Perry, what is your question on contracts, Perry?
Listened to you for a long time, Tom.
Thank you.
My wife, we had hail damage on the roof. Our insurance agent said, call this company. We send them out with a lot of times they get good reports. So they sent a roofing company out and met with the guy, seemed pretty good, and then he come out and met with the adjuster. They both went
now,
up.
Now, who recommended the roofer?
The insurance agent.
Don't ever go with someone your insurance company recommends. But keep going. So the insurance agent recommended a roofer, and then the roofer met with the adjuster. So now you're set up for the ideal screw job, because the insurance company, when they meet privately with the adjuster, you have no idea if you're getting what you really need. So what happened then?
And didn't get mad at my wife. I mean, I was in construction 45 years running jobs, so I know what's going on.
Exactly.
And so they come down, the adjuster says, yeah, you need a new roof. There is hail damage on the house. The house is going to need painted. So it took me 7 months of pounding on this guy to get my roof done.
Now, hold on a sec. You're talking, so you didn't really have trouble here with the insurance company as much as you did the contractor.
No, the insurance company was great.
Okay, who's the insurance company?
Safeco.
Okay, good. So.
And so, of course, it was, there's no shingles available and this and that. I went right to a distributor and
What's
found
the name of the roofer?
Available. Huh?
What's the name of the roofer?
I'd like to hold out right now, but
okay.
What I'm calling about right now is I've got a contract. I'm held to a contract to paint the house. I don't want them touching my house. After 7 months it took them to get my roof.
I get it, but
How
you have a contract
last?
for everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to negotiate it, bro. If it's a contract, did you pay anything so far?
Now, we'll pay the final payment on the roof tomorrow.
Are they broken out?
Yeah.
Before you make final payment, I want you to tell them that you do not want to go forward with the second half of the contract or the second part of the contract, but you need to get a written release, a mutual release. That's what you have to do. But you do negotiate that before final payment. If it's a contract, they don't have to let you out of that, even if you don't like them anymore. That's not a reason. So, Perry, unless they did a serious breach, you could complain and say, look, I do not want you at my home. I'm not paying for it. So give me, let's do a mutual walk away. I'll pay you for the roof. Let me know what they say. We got more coming up.
Now
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half.
Pretty easy driving throughout the Denver Metro for the 1 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town as well as up north to Fort Collins. and down south to Colorado Springs. Back to town, I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from DIA as well as out west into the high country. I-225 north and southbound, no complaints through Aurora and the Tech Center. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, sunny skies, still cool out there with a high of 48 degrees, overnight low of 24. Tomorrow, sunny again with a high of 51, overnight low of 24. The current temperature in Denver is 49 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring.
You're up next, Tom. 10 seconds.
To help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
You know, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies can really help you as you get ready for retirement. Maybe your parents need a plan and you want to call for them. Whatever the issue, here's what I want to tell you. A 401k, an IRA, a pension, they're not a retirement plan. They are elements of a plan. You also need to think about insurance, investments. See, what they do is help you with growth and with stability and safety, and then income. So all of those things can help you in retirement. And they help you develop a plan to sustain your money through retirement. I want you to talk to them. It's a free consultation always. They'll meet as many times as it takes for you to feel comfortable. They're fine people. rpcenter.com. That's rpcenter.com. 970-663-3211. You know, I told you, like, it's a hell of a thing. It's part of my life. I launched that. It's so cool, but so it's very bad. It's honest, man. Not, in fact, most of them are honest because they have to be. Here's what they do. There are maybe 100 different companies placing that investor. Everything. That planner charges you or whatever they spread, but all they are is taking. That's all. And there's nothing wrong with it, but they have, it doesn't matter how you talk to them, what you tell them about what you want, what you don't want. You never talk to the guy next to you, never. Neither do they. They won't say, you know that, because they give them a fund. They don't give them your money. This is Shane's money, and this is Paul's money, this is Peter's money. Now, within their group, they have different portfolios for different. One might be more aggressive, one might be security, but so that's their model. Well, what we do is because we have geniuses, is that we're doing investing and we're doing gathering, we're doing it directly. Or portfolios, or portfolio. Now, if two people have similar portfolios, that's one thing. But and then the fund is one part of it. The hedge fund is just one part of it. But we do not give it to anyone else. That's the thing. invest any. I mean, most things investment get you into the right. Seriously.
10 seconds, guys.
900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. QC Kinetics. 303-900-8986.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Okay, Brian, what's going on with you, Brian? What's happening?
Oh, excuse me. Hello, Tom.
Hey, what's happening?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had some tires at Firestone put on up here in Northland back in October.
Yeah?
One went flat. Okay, yeah. So I had a flat.
Did you have the road hazard?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So what's the problem? You had four tires. You had Firestone do tires, and one went flat. You're certainly not blaming him for that, are you?
No. This is not at all.
Okay.
I went in, they replaced the tire, and okay, that was fine. This was 3 weeks ago tomorrow. The car's still in their shop, but
wait a minute. It's still in their shop for a flat?
No, I'm sorry. The flat I got. Okay, I got the flat replaced 3 weeks ago last Friday.
Okay.
And I came home Friday and I parked it. And I don't drive much on the weekend because I drive for a living. I drove it into work Monday, back Tuesday, going into work down off 8th and Bryant. The wheel came off, coming off the highway.
Oh my goodness! Hold on. So the very wheel they worked on, that came off.
Yeah, the tire that they had to replace, that very same one, the rear driver's side came off.
Are they taking? Are they? I hope they're taking responsibility for this.
They took. When I towed it, he grabbed my tow bill right away, which that was a good sign that day. This is 3 weeks ago tomorrow now. But I went in last week to look at it Thursday. It was up on the block. And I called him today, and he said, "Well, it's still sitting on the lip."
How much? Let me ask you this: how much damage was done?
The rotor, basically, in the fender.
So you did have body damage.
The wheel, yeah, there was body damage on the fender, and that isn't killing me, but it was. The wheel's gone. I couldn't. So the rotor, the disc, is fried because I thought it was on a rim, where I could coast and get off near the warehouse.
Okay, but they're not blaming you for driving, right?
No.
Let me ask you something, Brian. Brian, real quick, let me ask you. Tell me about your car. What is it?
It's a Subaru Forester, like the gal a minute ago.
So let me ask you, why are you calling?
Well, because I guess it's just out of frustration because they're not telling me if they're going to if they're going to do anything.
Okay, I get it. You don't know where it stands right now. I want to put, no, they need to fix this, man. They need to give you, how many miles on the car?
Well, it's got a lot. It was 168,000.
Okay, so the body work. Let me ask you something. How's the rest of the body? This is they're going to owe you something, man. But what year? What year?
It's an 09. The body's fine. The interior's fine. It's a great little car.
And about 140,000. 160. Sorry. Okay. Listen. Here's what you need to do. Okay. You want us to call for you?
Well, if that's yeah, I mean, I suppose so, Tom. And I've never had to go through this.
But you need some help. I mean, you need someone. You need someone to at least, figure this out. You need. Let's have Deputy Chopper take this one. He's been pretty good on the car stuff.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
want
'cause
one of
I
our
was just-
I want one of our deputies to call up there and say, "Look, the guy's car's damaged. It's obviously done after you replace the tire, and you should do something for him."
Yeah, the wheel's gone. It just the whole
No.
gone.
They need to fix it, man. They need to fix it, okay? There's
Yeah,
no
I-
doubt. Now,
and
you
I-
had some mileage on it, so you don't need new parts.
Well,
Hey,
No,
Brian, are they paying
no,
for
I
alternate
don't-
transportation?
Pardon me?
Are they paying for alternate transportation while your car's in the shop?
No, they're not, and I've mentioned that to them. My rental on my car, not my car, but the Avis down the street. I walked to that Avis store.
They
that day
should be
till I was
responsible for that, too. Murph, listen. Excuse me, not Murph. Brian, listen.
I mentioned.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
Do you have insurance that would cover you because the tire fell off?
It's just through Dairyland basic liability.
Oh, you have bad insurance, man. Dairyland sucks. Hold on, Brian. I'm going to give you the chopper. Now, listen, Kachina, can you tell me something here? What did we do with Murph, that young woman that had the Subaru Outback, and they said she had a head gasket and all that?
Yeah, we gave her to Kevin.
Okay, good.
Gave her Kevin's number, and so she's going to contact him.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
Easy driving throughout the Denver Metro for the early afternoon commute. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. The same can be said for I-70 east and westbound. No complaints to and from the DIA area, as well as out west to the high country. Back to town on the south end through Aurora and DTC. I-225 north and southbound. It's easy driving. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. Sunny out there today. Still cool out there with highs in the low 50s. Overnight low of 24 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies with a high of 51. The current temperature in Denver is 51 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Dive into hibernation mode with a huge deal on deeper sleep during Mattress Firm's President's Day sale.
You're up next, Tom.
Up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and receive a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Plus, get free and fast delivery to your door. Restrictions apply.
Hey, Europlumbing, Colorado.net, the best prices for water heaters anywhere. Yeah, I challenge anyone to try to beat them. You can't, so just buy. $13.99, 40-gallon tank, 50-gallon tank, $14.99. Guess what? Any size, any price you find, they'll beat. Europlumbingcolorado.net. That's the cheap plumber, but the great quality plumber. 303-668-6844. That's europlumbingcolorado.net. Hey, O'Brien Legal Services, a real estate firm, and they help people with real estate documentation, going over closing docs, financing agreements, partnerships, massive evictions, whatever you need, they can help you, and they're great people. Border disputes, eminent domain. Listen, if it's real estate, think O'Brien Legal Services, OLSlaw.com, 730-370-7388.
All right, I got to beat. Tis most definitely Patty Town.
Sponsored by Push you to the limits of your first talk station online at KHOW. Get peace of mind.
activate.
Why is the on-air light on?
Because Doc had his mic on.
Oh, you did?
Let's put it this way.
I just now noticed that too.
And
Okay.
I'm serious.
Turn that off.
No one.
Just never a dull moment.
If they're getting great service, obviously, if people are not service, if they're getting good returns, don't mess with it. But if your guy right now is getting good returns, go to the last part. If not, and I was just doing the calculations. See, snow stock is up to this game 10%, but it lost 10%. That 50%, it compounds the brain. We have stop. See, I think of stop gaps for small gains. Well, no, we'll get that in here. But cap our trades 2% a month. That's 12%. Okay. Cap 1%. That's it.
10 seconds here, guys.
With Michael Brown.
Remember how Biden says he was all behind Israel? They're now proposing a Roth evacuation, but now the U.S. is expressing, well, we have concerns. Are you behind them or not? Join me on Tuesday at 6:05.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Want to remind you, ZeroResDenver.com. Now, I'm going to give you a hint. I know they don't want me to, but you tune in tomorrow because we're going to have extraordinary deals.
Smoking good deal.
For Valentine's. Serious. It's the best price they've ever had. Now, I know I shouldn't be saying that because you're saying, well, damn, Tom, I was going to call today. Call today, you get a great price, too. And by the way, seriously, you can call 303-471-5150 tomorrow. Just say, I want the Martino deal. I want the sweetheart deal. Whatever. Just call. You'll love it, okay? Because when you're on the phone, they'll tell you what it is. And if you don't like, you don't. But I'm going to be advertising it starting tomorrow. I can't do it right now, but let me tell you, truly, truly, truly the best price they ever had. ZeroResDenver.com. Susan, what's going on with you, Susan? What's happening?
Oh, I bought a house on Logan Street in 2007, and there were renters next door. When the owner moved back in, she works from home, she chose to put her computer in her front window. Therefore, she sits and stares at my entire front yard.
Oh, God. There's nothing worse than a bad neighbor. So anyway, what else is she doing other than staring?
Well, and then she trashed out her backyard. So I pretty much have nowhere to go.
What do you mean?
Well, she's in my front yard.
Oh,
The
wait.
only
Hold on
reason
now.
she can do
Hold
it
on.
is because of the sidewalk.
You're saying because she's staring out the front, you don't want to go into your front yard?
Well, yeah, she's staring at a window and the yard, the entire yard and my front porch.
And so how does that affect you, though?
Well, you don't think it's kind of an invasion?
Well, what I'm asking is, like, it's affecting you from enjoying your front yard? It's preventing you from enjoying...
How it's affecting me is I'm afraid. I'm 72 years old. I'm going to retire. I'm going to move soon. And I feel like when I sell the house, she goes with it.
Okay, let me ask you something else then. What about her backyard? You say it's trashed. How bad is it?
Oh, it's just littered. It's just littered. And that's why she doesn't want to put her computer in the backyard, because she doesn't want to look at her backyard. She'd rather look at my well-kept front yard.
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna poo-hoo this and simply say this is crazy. I want to get you back tomorrow, and I want to get some legal perspective on it for sure. Maybe she's breaking some kind of ordinance. I don't know. So hang on. Meanwhile, folks, be ready to dial tomorrow, 303-471-5150 for the best deal on ZeroResDenver.com. Don't forget 303 Martino for help. Save all your problems for me.